everybody, welcome back. I found something I wanted to teach you, and I think it's a neat way of doing some ornament holders. And the hard part for me was finding a wire that would be heavy enough, and I came up with an idea for the base, which was Tupelo, like my branch Santas. It's the same thing. I had some real thick pieces laying around, and I decided to chop them into bases, and I think they turned out pretty good. This is what they originally looked like, okay? And I just chopped them at any angle so they sit a little bit different, but it's very simple to do. I bought this copper or this brass wire from a local Amish hardware store here near Honeybrook, and it was very hard to find it, but I found something. This is all brass, and you can use copper if you want, but I think brass would look a little nicer. And what I do, and I'll show you how I fixed it up. It's not real difficult. Once you get your bases and you have your carvings, your ornaments ready, what you need to do is just the following. What I do is I take a block like this, and I take a piece that's about 10 inches long. It's not super long, but 10 inches, or you can make it a little bit longer if you want. And I wrap this side around the branch to give me that that hook at the top. This here you need to straighten out by hand. Now that takes a little time to get it even this way and even this way, so I'm going to go ahead and straighten it out a little bit, but I don't want to go too far because I'm going to take a plier. I don't have the right plier, but I have an old one from the barn, that's why it's rusted. But what I'll do is I'll just take this and I'll just turn this upward, okay, to make the hook at the end, and that's pretty well it. Alright, and I'll straighten that out later on, but it takes some maneuvering on the wiring, okay, and then I kind of just even it up. And then what I do is I take a vice grip, one of these, okay, and I get the end here best I can, as tight as I can. Make that a little tighter. There we go. It's going about that far. Alright, and on these there's a soft spot in the center usually, so I'm going to flip it up this way, and I usually try to find the center first. Let me see if I can find where this is. There should be a soft, there it is, and I just push it in there, so I don't need to drill anything either, which is kind of nice. And what I'll do next is I'll take a little bit of crazy glue, and I'll put 2 or 3 drops right in the center. That's what you see here, this little dark spot. And then I work it a little bit to straighten it out. Now I don't have that technically in there, but to show you. And then I take one of these and I hang it and see if it's going to fall over. Now if it falls over, if it's not strong enough, you can take it back a little further. But this is pretty heavy. These other ones, these are not near as heavy, you know, depending what you're putting on there. And you just keep working it, you know, you keep working it back a little bit and up until you get it nice and straight. And if you have to turn it the other way so it will hang, that the base doesn't fall over, then you do it that way, okay? So that's roughly how I've been doing this, and I might make that a little tighter at the top. There we go. See? Now once you get it glued in there, then you can maneuver it any way you want. But that's roughly how it's done, and then you try to straighten out the front. So it's a lot of eyeballing it and making sure that you have it exactly where you want it. And this, you know, it will come right out, as you can see, and you can put it right back in. You can put it in as far as you want, but that's how I put one together. It's pretty simple. Once you glue it in, it's pretty sturdy. These don't really move a whole lot once they're done. And then you can put another ornament on it. Here's my Santa face one. Let me do that one here, and see if we can. Now if your hook is too long, you just shorten it a little bit, okay? And that's the way you can display your ornaments even at a show without hanging them just on a line like I've been doing. So I have about 18 of these I'm going to make, I'll have them on the table. I had a good open house yesterday. I had a few people come and buy a few things, and this will be a nice way to display the ornaments. And these are nice too if you want to put them on a desk, or if somebody works in an office. It's a cute way of putting something out that's Christmassy, but yet doesn't take a lot of room. Instead of hanging it off of something, it hangs on its own. Okay, so that's roughly how we do it, and I hope you enjoyed this segment. You can look at any major hobby store for the brass wiring. If I had a choice, I'd probably go a little thicker, but I couldn't find anything right off the bat, and I kind of like it a little thinner, so it's suited me just fine. Okay folks, thanks again for joining me here at the Carver's Wood Shop, and we'll be doing this little guy for a class this coming Saturday. So if you are interested and you're in the area, give me a call or email me, and I'll do the one-eye Santa the following week, and then I'll resume some new classes probably in January. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.